I said, I will never open in Dubai. I will open anywhere else in the world, but I will not open in Dubai because there's way too much competition. So here I am, the hypocrite that I am, sitting so happily in our second year of Atrangi. And if I look back, I think it's one of the best decisions I've made. There's a song by Rabindranath Tagore, which is Jodi Tore Dakshine Kyunashe Tobe Ekla Cholore, which means if no one listens to you, walk alone. So I would recommend all of you walk alone so you can eat the whole portion of it and you don't need to share it with no one else. I shouldn't say this, but amongst all my restaurants, this is my favorite. Hello, Mashable Middle East. My name is Ritu Dalmia, and I'm taking you to Atrangi, our restaurant at Al Qasar, Jumeirah in Dubai. People ask me why the name Atrangi. You know, Atrangi means freedom. Atrangi means someone who's free to fly and someone who's a little bit off. And now if you look at me, I think you will understand why the name is Atrangi. Also, I have to really be honest with you. I'm a great fan of the song Atrangi. So for me, the two songs that I love is Maskali and Atrangi. So the choice was between the two and Atrangi won. We want all of you, the guests who come here, to become in a complete Atrangi state of mind. So one of the dishes we love at Atrangi. By the way, guys, please first meet our wonderful team. Okay, most of them have been here from the day we have opened. हाँ भाई, मेरे तो हाथ गंदे करने नहीं. I don't want to dirty my hands. I've got a manicure done 2 hours ago. Okay, so who's coming to help me? Okay, so what we're doing is, I was born in Calcutta. So when I talked earlier about being a Marwari, so I'm a Marwari from Calcutta. Our family was primarily vegetarian, but I used to hide and go and eat fish, meat whenever I got a chance. So in North India, you have something called pakoras or the bhajiyas, which everyone knows. But in Bengal, they do something called Chingri, Macher, Bora. Chingri means prawns, Macher means fish, Bora. What is the difference? The difference is, instead of using all besan, chickpea flour, they use a little bit of rice flour as well. And the fish normally is marinated in a little bit of mustard oil to give it that extra factor. We are at Atrangi, so I have to be slightly different. The recipe that we are using is exactly the same, but instead of just using prawns, I'm going to use some clams. So we do oyster, we do prawns, and let's do some soft shell crab. So first, for the batter, very, very simple. You have some besan. So normally I like to put half besan, half rice flour. Kar diye na haath gande? Huh? A little bit of cheating, which is corn flour. Okay, always helps. Then we're gonna add some seasoning, which is salt. And my all-time favorite, normally I would have liked to use a spice called radhuni, but unfortunately I don't get too much of it, so I'm a little bit stingy about it. So I am using plain carom seed, which is actually available everywhere. Here, as you can see, the oysters have been very mildly marinated in a little bit of salt, turmeric, pepper, and of course, the most important thing, mustard oil. Okay, so let's add this all together. What you want, what is very important in this is, you don't want the batter to be too liquidy. It has to be just a coating so it becomes crisp, yet at the same time, it is not too liquidy. Okay, and here we go. Some I mean, you're at Atrangi, so we should spoil you a bit, right? You know, there's a Bengali song that goes with this dish. Okay, there's a song by Rabindranath Tagore, which is Jodi Tore Dakshine Kyona She Tobe Ekla Cholo Re, which means if no one listens to you, walk alone. So I would recommend all of you walk alone so you can eat the whole portion of it and you don't need to share it with no one else. And the sauce for it is very simple. It's yogurt which has been hung, added with pomegranate molasses, a little bit salt and a little bit ginger puree, and you have the most amazing dip. Would you like to try it? Just make sure. I have a very fragile ego, so I don't want to hear not nice or whatever. Just make the right sounds. I'm sure all of you know this vegetable called Bottlegourd, Loki. Okay, but in India, normally it's a poor man who eats it, or when you're sick, they give you some Loki ki sabzi, and it's really an underdog. Okay, but I'm a cool dude, so I love underdogs. So if you ask me what are my favorite vegetables, it's things like Bottlegourd, pumpkin, it is things like cauliflower. So I have some of the Bottlegourd, Loki, which has been very thinly sliced. You can just use a mandolin for it. Then I have some hung yogurt here. I also have some smoked yogurt. Now, we use smoked yogurt, but at home it can be quite a cumbersome project. So it's up to you. But as I said, we're going to do the cheaters way right now with just hung yogurt. This is the base actually is something called Pachadi. We are going to transform it by making it as a dressing for the Carpaccio of Bottlegourd. First, some ginger, chopped ginger. Okay, if you can bear some heat, a little bit of finely chopped chili, and of course salt. I like to eat over salted food, but then they say when a chef is in love, they always add extra salt. You know that saying? How many of you are adding extra salt here? No one, I guess. All of you look like sad bunch of boys. And we add some yogurt and we let it sit for a bit. Okay, so the flavors are all in. So you can do it two ways. Okay, because it's thinly sliced, you can make it a simple, clean carpaccio, which is just lay it over the plate here. I promise you my hands are super clean, super sanitized, but I need to feel my ingredients. Now for the topping, isko side clean kar lena. I have some sliced nuts, which is basically almonds and pistachio, but feel free to whatever you want to use. I like to use the nuts to add a crunch factor to it. What also could work very nice with it is crispy rice, puffed rice, any different types of nuts. I also have some chickpea, which we all know used in Middle East and used in India. So this will add the sweet factor to it. This will add the crunch factor to it. And our carpaccio already has a hint of ginger in it. Okay, can we get some edible flowers? The flowers just add a little bit of color and a little bit of factor to it. And there you go. Super simple to make, and honestly, it's something which will impress your guests, or most important, yourself. You know, I'm a chef who should never say never. For years and years, I said I will never write books. And then I ended up writing 3, and the 4th one is coming up. I used to say I'll never do TV shows. I did many, many seasons. I said I will never open in Dubai. I will open anywhere else in the world, but I will not open in Dubai because there's way too much competition. So here I am, the hypocrite that I am, sitting so happily in our second year of Atrangi. And if I look back, I think it's one of the best decisions I've made. You know, Dubai always scared me, as I said, because the competition is very high, the costs are very high. It's a land which was not very known to me. Italy, our restaurant was easy for me because I spoke the language. I feel like half Italian. But coming to Dubai also made me realize how dynamic this market is, how amazing this market is. And sometimes I feel bad about all the years that we lost because I was so stubborn about it. When we decided, okay, Dubai is going to be the destination for our next restaurant, what are we going to do? I mean, you have amazing restaurants, like I said, whether it's Indian, whether it's Asian. But for me, if the restaurant is not about the food that I like, food that I love, then I will never do it. So for me, it's really an ode to all the grandmothers, all the mothers who have cooked food as per their traditions, not as per their regions, and have passed it on to the generation, and some of them actually now getting lost. So if I say, is it a very complex cooking? No, it's not. Is it a very technical cooking? No, it's not. It is just cooking which has had a lot of research, a lot of work put in, and honestly, every time we make a new menu, it's fantastic. In fact, if you look around, and we will do a walk around later, you will see it really is a restaurant which is about women. It is about the mothers. You will see that on our charger plates. You will see that on the pictures all around you. And most important, you will see that in our menu. I love this restaurant. Honestly, I shouldn't say this, but amongst all my restaurants, this is my favorite. You know, everyone asks me, as a chef, as being a female chef, how is it for me? And honestly, sometimes I even get offended by that question because a chef is a chef. How does it matter whether it's a man or a woman? And if I talk about my own personal journey, honestly, it's been super easy being a woman. I mean, in the sense, yes, in the beginning we had some issues that male chefs were not very keen to listen to me, and they could not understand why they had to answer to a female boss. But when I needed licenses or when I needed permissions for my first restaurant, I would go to the municipality and say, please, sir, give it, please, sir, give it. And they say, oh, this poor girl, let me give it to her. If I may say so very bluntly, I think women need to first stop thinking of themselves as a weaker sex. And then no one else will mess with you if you are there saying, I'm not going to take any shit from you. Saying that, I also believe women chefs have a lot more advantage than a man does. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be sexist. And all due respect to all the male chefs in the world, they're amazing. Some of my best friends are male chefs. And in a restaurant like industry, which is about hospitality, which is about giving, which is about nurturing, I think being a woman really, really helps. It's 32 years now that I've been working as a restaurateur and a chef. And my journey, honestly, has just begun. I mean, I have just begun and I'm raring to go. And I want you guys to come after 32 years and ask me about my journey.